Let's get one thing off our chest though. So before, everybody was complaining the Uzi and Cardi communities were fighting because like the Uzi fan base is still living in the past. And don't get me wrong, I'm an Uzi fan, so don't come at me, please. But Uzi, in his prime, sold 300K or close to it with Eternal Attic. However, now Cardi is projected to be selling 310K plus. And that's without bundles, I think. Although he just released Music V2 on his website with 2 exclusive tracks to that album. Although we've already heard them. It was 2024 and Backrooms with Travis Scott. But you could purchase it. And so that added, it looks like 50 to 60K onto the projections. 310K. I swear to God, it was 310K plus. But this 300, here we go. Playboi Carti's music now aiming for #1 debut on the Billboard 200 with further increased 310K plus units first week. It will mark the biggest debut for a hip hop album in 2025. It was already that though. But still, 310K plus would now mean that his first week sales peak, because he's in his peak right now. Whether or not he continues to keep going up, I don't know how that would be possible. Like, he's the biggest he's ever been. He don't even need Drake features or Kanye features, but we'll get into it in a little bit. But like, he is the GOAT right now. Everybody wants him on their song. It makes them go #1. Now we can again talk about how every single feature for like The Weeknd or Kanye, whatever, the Cardi effect, no meat eat, goes on Billboard top 10 and like is the most popular song on their projects. Now we know he actually was because of Cardi. Uzi still has more hits. Perhaps. I could see that. Yes. He's got more like Hot 100 Billboard hits potentially, but he's also dropped how many projects? Cardi has 4 projects out right now. Uzi has multiple years where he's dropped 3 projects. Okay? So, and don't get me wrong, look, I am a Cardi fan just as much as I am of an Uzi fan. They are both like part of my top 5 GOATs that I love listening to. Lil Wayne, Uzi, Cardi, Future, Wiz Khalifa. I know it's a weird lineup, but hey, that's how I grew up. Lil Wayne was the first one, then it went to Future, then it went to Uzi, Cardi. Yeah, okay. Wiz Khalifa was after Future, I think. Or maybe before. It might have been before. I don't know. Because Future had like the 2015 run with Beast Mode, DS2, etc. But yeah, so he got 310K. Now imagine if he had the bundles too, because he's selling merch, right? Maybe that's also why there's 50 to 60 getting added to it, because he dropped the merch with the box sets probably, and it has like a digital album added to it, in addition to just the Music V2. So, but imagine if he still had the pre-sales from All Red. Now then he'd be pushing like almost 500, dude. Almost 500. If he did that, like I did a statistic earlier today. I just looked up all of like the major artists, what they got on their last album. Meaning that like Kanye dropped Vultures, right? But his highest selling album is actually way before that. But Vultures only sold like 145K. So I didn't even add this to the list because we're talking about the big dogs right now. And Kanye, frankly, isn't selling as much as he used to. And Cardi's sitting there, what? Almost, I fucked this order up, but Kendrick Lamar is right here. So it goes Travis Scott, Drake. Drake technically had PND collab album recently. However, I don't really compare collab albums because they usually do worse sales wise than solo projects because they're not marketed the same. And then Kendrick Lamar here for GNX, his last project, but he was running off of, you know, the huge hype of the Drake diss. But hey, to each his own. Like, he's allowed to do that. He capitalized like he should have. And then Cardi. So can we really say that Cardi ain't a top rapper, bruh? Like, it's just proven. But I don't even got a meat eat anymore. Y'all already know. My music is pretty good. Just got too many filler songs. I think it got a couple filler songs on there. I definitely voiced that opinion, but it's definitely growing on me. Like, I'll just play it through, and then songs that I didn't really like before, they're all right. They're better. I still believe that there are like 4 or 5 filler songs on there. Maybe one song that I just skip, but that's gonna happen with a 30-track album. You know what I mean? Who do I respect more, Uzi or Cardi? Fair. That's a good question. I respect them in different ways. They're just different human beings. Uzi is like your boy, right? He's gonna fuck with you no matter what. He's gonna take a picture with you. He's gonna help you cloud up. He's gonna tag you in pictures. He's gonna do everything he can to help you out because he's your man's. He'll take a picture with you. He'll drop a song with you. He'll feature with you, whatever. But that honestly kind of hurt him in the long run. However, he went up really fast, like way faster than Cardi in the beginning. So it's just different ways of dropping and rolling out your career. Uzi went up to his peak within the first couple years, and then Eternal Take actually was his peak technically, but like, so he peaked out earlier, whereas Cardi just continues to go up, and now he's an icon just like Uzi was. But Uzi probably made way more money at the beginning of his career than Cardi did. But now Cardi's like, he could probably charge way more than Uzi can for a feature. Even though Uzi is still the GOAT. Respect as a person or musically? Okay, so now musically, Uzi's still a GOAT. I still respect Uzi. I don't like Uzi or Cardi's music more or less than each other. Because Uzi's old music is goated. Cardi's just getting better and better. Although every single one of his projects is nearly flawless too. Whereas I cannot say the same for Uzi. But again, Uzi gives a ton of music, which in a sense is a good thing, and I respect that. But at the same time, on the other end, Cardi is more methodical with how he promotes himself, markets himself, drops music, who he collabs with, who he takes pictures with, who he associates himself with, what he says, and you got to respect him for that too. So it's just like, you got 2 different friends. One's like more mysterious. One's like your man's. So who would I probably want to be friends with more? Uzi, because he probably won't lie to you like Cardi does. You don't think Cardi is capable of making the same music caliber of Uzi? They make different music. Because Cardi, I mean, like the fact that like you can play Long Time every single concert and every rap fan basically knows that, like that's an iconic classic song. And he's got a few of those too. Uzi has some classic songs too. Like they're both icons. It's really hard to compare. It's like the whole situation with Drake versus Kendrick versus Kanye. Like they're all the top rappers from the last couple of decades. And so you can't really be wrong by saying one is better than the other. It's just like taste, And Uzi got more classics than Cardi, sure. Yeah, he's got more classics, but that's because he's dropped more music. And we'll see if Cardi continues to go up and drop another project, although like I'll literally be 50 years old by the time Cardi drops. So yeah, and he will too, because we're, I think, the same age, or like he's a year older than me or something. But yeah, I was gonna say like he could come up with more classics, and there could be one on this album too. It seems like everyone loves Opium Baby. It seems like everyone loves Evil Jordan, even though we're kind of over it, but that shit's number 3 on Hot 100 Billboard. But that is, I don't know. I guess nobody heard that shit before us, but or like before, until he dropped the album, which is a little bit odd that they picked that song. I don't know why, because it released like a year ago. It's all TikTok fans. Is that sound going up? I don't even know. I was listening to the intro though. I kind of like the beginning. Now the part with the Popular from the Weeknd song, I don't know, but like it fits, It is still fire. I still love Evil Jordan. If Ken Carson goes up, Cardi is never dropping again. I mean, again, Cardi's just been really smart with how he drops, and you got to respect that. That's like, it's smart in its own way. Whereas Uzi capitalized pretty quickly and made his millions. Like, it goes back to the question of Do you want to make your, like, do you want $1 million now? Or do you want $5 million, but they give it to you in like 5 to 10 years? Actually, 10 years, 10 years. Say 10 years. And it's like some people would just rather get the $1 million because you can invest it and then enjoy your life a little bit more because you got more money, right? And then you might even have more than $10 million or $5 million in 10 years. But there's no guarantees. So Carti's like the one where you cash out a little bit later. Uzi's the one where you cash out earlier.